to watch the rest of the lesson? Come and join me in the classroom once again. Let's find out what Pedro and Fanny seem to be discussing.
Look, we have both the words green and beautiful.
You have the word round, but I have spear. Which word is more correct?
They are synonymous, but you don't have the word polluted. I think you should add that to your web words.
You're right with that word. I can almost smell the uncollected garbage in our street.
I agree with that.
Did you feel the importance of the pre-listening activity in that classroom scene? You must have observed how the teacher integrated this activity with speaking. How did she do this? Let's go back to the classroom scene.
After you have written down as many words as possible, find your own partner and then share with your partner your list. And then explain to him or to her why you wrote down the words that you did. And then tell him why you wrote down words that cannot be found in his or her list. Okay? Alright? Let's all begin.
Apparently, the teacher made Fanny and Pedro do a lot of speaking. She made them answer questions and discuss things on their own in order to arrive at certain decisions. Let's look at the last part of the pre-listening activity and find out what the students will do next.
Alright class, can I ask for 4 volunteers to post their web of words on the board? Yes, how about Pat, Danica, Phoebe, and Eric? Kindly come forward and post your works on the board. Okay, thank you. Your classmates have written down several words like dear, beautiful, green, ozone depletion, amazing. Very good, class. You have generated a lot of words describing the Earth. It's very good.
The students did a good job, didn't they? Remember, the pre-listening activity prepares students for the succeeding parts of the lesson. It can be done by conducting speaking, reading, and even writing activities. Let's go back to the classroom and see how the teacher conducts another pre-listening activity.
Okay, class. Before we proceed with today's major lesson, we will first play a game. This is how it goes. I'm going to say a word, and then you are going to tell me the first word that comes to your mind upon hearing it. Okay? Let's have one example. For instance, the word is garbage. Okay, everyone's raising their hands. Yes, Ray.
Sickness.
Very good. Class, did you get that?
Yes, ma'am.
Remember, class, each of you will have to say a word that you associate with the word I'm going to say. Are you ready?
Yes, we are, ma'am.
Okay, other words, how about logging? What first comes to your mind? Yes? Vincent?
Illegal.
Illegal. Smoking. Rhea? Death. Death? Very good. How about the word ozone? Who can answer that? Yes, Jane?
Layer.
Very good.
What do you think was the teacher aiming at? Yes, you're correct. She wanted the students to bring in their own experiences on the issue saving Mother Earth. She was preparing the class for the other activities in the lesson. Let's go back to the classroom and see how the teacher processes the answers of the students.
Class, let's go back to your answers so that we can process them. Isn't it, Ray, a while ago you told me the word sickness for associating it with the word garbage. Now, why did you say that?
Ma'am, people can get sick because of the garbage around them. In fact, many have become victims of this problem.
You're right about that, Ray. Now, what about you, Vincent? Isn't it that you gave the word illegal for logging? Why did you say that?
Ma'am, because illegal logging has been responsible for floods and deaths due to floods.
Now, Rhea, what about the word smoking? Isn't it that a while ago you told me that the word is death? You associate it with the smoking. Why is it so?
Yes, ma'am, death with smoking. Because a smoker is prone to respiratory diseases and even cancer. He could be responsible for the deaths of the passive smoker.
Very good, Rhea. Now, what about the word ozone? What did you associate this with? Jane?
Ma'am, layer.
And why is this so?
It is because of people's carelessness that the ozone layer has become thinner and thinner. We can be victims of skin cancer if the ozone layer is not that thick anymore to cover the rays of the sun.
Okay, Jane, that was very good. Class, your answers were all good. I am very proud of you.
Did you notice how the teacher processed the students' answers? She had to ask a lot of questions, questions which could develop critical listening skills. Let's move on to the listening proper of the lesson. Here, you'll see the application of the stage-by-stage approach, which presents the listening text in 3 stages. The stage-by-stage approach consists of the 3 stages. They are Stage 1, the presentation of the summary text. Stage 2, the presentation of the expanded version. Stage 3, the presentation of the full-blown version. Let's watch Nika and her students in the classroom as they go through Stage 1.
Class, today you are going to listen to a passage. And as you listen to it, try to answer the questions written in your worksheets. Are you ready with your worksheets?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let us now read the questions aloud. Kevin, kindly read the first question.
What is the topic of the passage?
Okay, now what about question number 2? Yes, Eric.
What claims are made about the topic?
And question number 3, how about Phoebe?
What key points are cited to support the claims made?
Now the last one. Any other hands? Yes, Pat.
What expressions are used to signal those key points?
What do you think was the purpose of that activity? You're correct. The teacher wanted her students to focus on certain items by providing them with a set of questions. Eventually, the answers to these questions will make the students come up with a summary of the selection. Be sure that this set of questions is written in a worksheet, which will look like this. What again are these questions for? We'll give the answer to this question after a few reminders. Stay tuned!